Hi YouTubers, this is Anthony on YouTube right now. So I'm going to be doing a ramble right now, so I hope you guys know ramble. So basically I know a lot of my subscribers, including Fred, like these rambles, so basically I'm going to talk about rambles right now. So the Orbiter might come on, I apologize for that. So basically, these rambles. Now, I want to talk about a perfectly clean person. So when I say clean, I'm not talking about like hygiene requirements, like showering, bathing, cutting fingernails, that kind of stuff. Not clean as in like that kind of stuff. I'm talking about clean as like in terms of like healthy. So when I talk about clean person, I'm not talking about somebody who like showers every single day, that kind of stuff. I'm talking about like cleanness in terms of healthy. So basically, perfectly clean person would be somebody who is, this might be a little bit of a long video, just a heads up, so is somebody who doesn't smoke, doesn't drink alcohol, doesn't do drugs, and somebody who is in perfect shape, has, perfect body, is running marathons, perfect weight, that kind of stuff. That's a perfectly clean person. And a dirty person would not be somebody who's not taking showers every single day or cutting their fingernails. A dirty person would be somebody who is doing drugs, drinking a lot of alcohol, smoking a lot, and being like 350, 450 pounds. So, and I'm somewhere in between. So I want to talk about myself right now. So I am not by any stretch of the imagination a clean person, but I'm not a dirty person either. So, I'm not, perfectly clean because I do have my gripes here and there. I am probably about 30 to 40 pounds overweight, so not, grossly morbidly obese, but I am definitely a little bit overweight. So, like I said, my lunch, sorry, eat a little bit too fast. So I'm not, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight. You get the point. So I'm not grossly morbidly obese. I am definitely somebody who is not a perfect weight. So I never want to be a perfect weight. So the point I'm trying to make is, while I am not perfectly clean, I'm not perfectly dirty either. So, and like myself, I talked about this before, despite what people think about like gym fetish material, I'm not interested in being perfectly clean. I don't want to have a perfect body. I don't want to quit smoking ever. I never want to be in perfect shape. I don't want to have a freaking six-pack and be talking about how big my you-know-what is, gym fetish material for life, foot-long you-know-what's really creepy. So, people can hope, people can wish, that, okay, smoking Essie is going to switch to smokeless tobacco, he's going to be a perfectly clean person, he's going to start running marathons and talking about how sexy he is. That's really creepy. So, yeah, I don't want to give people any ideas. So I'm going to stop with that. So, it's like, and for the last time, I'm not gay. So, you may wish I was gay, but I'm not gay. So, I'm 100% straight. So, what I was going to say was, basically, I'm not interested. I'm sorry, I have to clear my throat. I'm not interested in like ever being perfectly clean, like having a perfect body, being at a perfect weight. Perfect weight for me would be about 170 or so. But nor am I interested in ever being like 350 pounds. Smoking 2, 3 packs a day of cigarettes, drinking a lot of alcohol, or ever using drugs. So I'm somewhere in between. So I have my gripes here and there. I have a gluten allergy. I am probably about 30, 40 pounds overweight. Um, you know, I'm definitely, a current everyday pipe and cigar smoker. So I have my gripes here and there, but nor am I dirty. So dirty person would be somebody who's using hardcore drugs, somebody who's drinking 3, 4, 5 shots of whiskey a day, somebody who is, smoking 3, 4, 5 packs of cigarettes and is morbidly obese, 450, 500 pounds, and somebody who's just asking to have a massive heart attack. I'm somewhere in between. I have my gripes, I have an untreated gluten allergy, but I'm not somebody who is, purposely eating, bread after bread after bread to purposely hurt myself. You get the point, I'm not trying to, like, hurt myself, but I have my gripes here and there. So, gripes are, like, things I'm working on. So, it's like, I've known people over the years who are really, really unhealthy. So, I've known people in my life, who are 450 pounds, who are 2.5 pack a day smokers, or running off. People who are grossly morbidly obese, people who do use hardcore drugs, which is really bad. So, and while I'm never interested in like having a perfect body, being buffed out, being muscly and ripped, I am just interested in being a little bit healthier. So, I apologize. I ate too fast, and also eating too fast. That's another gripe is I eat really way too fast. So I eat too fast, and it's interesting because I'm not by any stretch of imagination obese, but I'm not healthy either. So it's like a clean person would be somebody who's not smoking at all, not drinking at all, not somebody who's never used drugs in their life, somebody who is, perfect shape, six pack abs, perfectly healthy, probably going to live to be 110 years old. You get the point. So big ass cigar of life. And some examples are like, I'm always interested in being a little bit chubby, so I'm always interested, carrying on a little bit of belly fat. So, I'm always interested in being probably 10 or 20 pounds overweight. So, 5, 10 pounds overweight at least. It's like I never want to be like six pack abs. I never want to be into freaking gym fetish material. So, foot long, what's for life. You get the point. So, it's like that's not something that appeals to me, and right now dating is something that does not appeal to me either, so I don't care if a girl says I'm a mama's boy, I don't care if a girl says I'm ugly, so I don't care if a girl says, I'm not attractive, because it doesn't matter to me right now dating, so, what I was going to say was, I'm not ever interested in being, dirty or clean, so I'm in between, somewhere between, like, soiled, so, and you get the point, it's like, I don't want to ever be in perfect shape, but nor do I want to be really unhealthy. So, I'd say, perfectly for me, I would like to be more like 200 pounds. I would like to eventually become like, a couple week pipe and cigar smoker, a few times a week smoking pipes and cigars, as opposed to every single day. Sorry, I have nuts in my mouth. Nuts, not those type of nuts. Like cashews. So I was just eating nuts for lunch. Nuts, apples. Also eating healthier. I was eating some mixed nuts. That's funny. Didn't sound right. Nuts, apples, and sandwiches. So, what I was gonna say is while I'm not ever so interested in being buffed out, I want to ideally be healthy. I want to be more like 190, 200 pounds eventually. Cut a little bit back on smoking like I am doing now, like 2 times a day, which is a little bit hard for me. But I don't want to ever quit smoking. I mean, like my doctor's saying, like, Evan, you have to quit smoking. That's a big one. Come on, dude, quit smoking. It's like, and then there's this big recommendation on my sheet for my doctor's office saying you really have to quit smoking. It can cause cancer, heart attacks, strokes, all this kind of stuff. You know what? I would rather have a heart attack. So, not really, but you get the point. It's like I've said before in my videos, I think I brought this up before in my videos, if it came down to it with smoking, I would rather see myself develop something malignant. Or, well, you get the point. So I don't think I get too graphic details. So when it comes down to it with like smoking and being like 10 pounds overweight, I would rather in the end see something bad happen to me and have a health scare as opposed to, like have to give it up altogether, because moderation is the key. So I think smoking 4, 5, 10 times, 4 or 5 times a day is way too much. And I saw firsthand, I got a really bad cough. So I had a terrible cough in the morning. I was really coughing, and that wasn't really fun. Having too much phlegm in my nose, also coughing my brains out. It was not fun at all, and I had to really cut back. So smoking, well, I'm not ever so interested in quitting altogether. Even my doctor's really recommending it, that I quit altogether, because a doctor, any kind of healthcare professional wants you to be completely nicotine, completely tobacco free, because that's what any kind of doctor nowadays will tell you. And obviously, it's also not fair to people when somebody threw a cigarette butt and it burned down the entire apartment. It's also not fair to people who have to be exposed to secondhand smoke. And that's where a lot of the fuel is coming from, the fuel for the fire is coming from with the tobacco. So, and also with like, with being like, 40, 50 pounds overweight, it's also not fair if you did develop something, somebody's going to have to pay for your whatever, depending on your insurance level. So, you get the point. It's like, well, I'm never interested in being perfectly clean, non-smoker, non-drinker, perfectly healthy, buffed out, six-pack abs. It's like, I'm just interested in being a perfectly, relatively cleaner person. So, not clean as in taking a shower, but clean as in, a little bit healthier, more around 200 pounds, more around like 1 or 2 times a day of smoking, and like eating healthier, eating more fruits, that kind of stuff. Anyway, Big Ass Cigar for Life, bye. Big Ass Cigar for Life.